Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of the Wildcat Watch. I'm Abby Brockman. Looking to de-stress as the semester winds down? Intramural Spikeball may be just what you need. However, the deadline to register is this Friday, November 16th by 4 p.m. Teams for Spikeball consist of a maximum of 2 players. You are allowed to sign up and play for only 1 team per league. Leagues include men's, women's, and co-rec. Games will take place from November 26th through December 7th at Collins Racquetball Courts. You may register online at bakeru.edu/intramurals, where you can also find the rules on how to play. Act soon to reserve your spot. Baker is offering a new interdisciplinary minor in leadership studies. Wildcat Watch's Katie Comer tells us more about the program.
Baker's new Leadership Studies minor is about more than learning how to run an organization.
We view leadership not as a title or a position, but we view it as an opportunity for people to do acts of leadership where they can change the opportunity or environment they're in by actions that they do.
Dr. Mary Shively brought the program to Baldwin City after earning her doctorate at Baker School of Education. Senior Layla Houthow is taking advantage of the opportunity to learn from Dr. Shively's leadership expertise.
The class is very valuable because everything that I learn in the class I can directly apply to the different leadership positions that I hold on campus.
Houthow holds 4 leadership positions on campus, including Assistant Irwin Hall Director and Speech Choir President, and says the classes have benefits beyond her academic studies.
I think it really can apply to any field because it teaches you how to work with people, how to work in a team, and I can't think of one career field that doesn't require you to work with other people.
Shively agreed that leadership skills can help people in many fields and that working with people from different disciplines is something that makes these classes valuable.
We can have someone from sociology and from the education and School of Business, and those opportunities really bring different viewpoints to the table.
As for anyone thinking about taking leadership studies classes, Houthow has some advice.
Learning how to be a part of a team, how to be a leader in a team, I think is going to take you super far.
Reporting for the Wildcat Watch, I'm Katie Comer.
The drama department produced Blood Relations last week. Reporter Dara Underwood has more.
Blood Relations was performed November 22nd through November 25th. This play is based on the life of Lizzie Borden and the murder of her father and stepmother on August 4th, 1892.
She kind of snaps in the first act and she's like throwing plates and threatening the stepmom. And then in the second act, I really like when she makes her decision about what she's going to do, and she composes herself and everything is fine, and it's creepy.
Harry Wingate is a greedy man who tries to swindle the Bordens' money.
I'm generally a very kind and caring person, and I had to act really slimy. So that was the hardest thing to master.
Alyssa Glover and Jason Ships are engaged and played daughter and father in the play.
I think one of the best parts was acting with my fiance. Even though it was in a father and daughter role, or you get the role, you get your assignment, and you do it. But I think the weirdest part was having to pretend to slap her, because I'm not that person.
To run the play smoothly, the cast had to work hard.
I think probably my favorite part is all the stuff that the audience didn't get to see, which is the growth in the actors and the growth in our designers.
The next show that the drama department will produce is the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee over spring break. This is Dara Underwood for the Wildcat Watch.
Although the Wildcats won on the field last Saturday, they took a loss in the broadcast booth. Tom Hedrick called his final home game over the weekend. Wildcat Watch's Ashley Pippin has a story.
After about 800 games, longtime announcer Tom Hedrick decided this Saturday would be the last time doing what he loves. Hedrick has called MLB games, the Kansas Relays, and even Kansas City's victory over the Vikings in Super Bowl IV. One of his most memorable games was in 2007 when a kicker said he could make a 62-yard field goal to win the game.
They lined up end over end, wind it kind of curved in nicely. Baker won the game 15-14.
While he still has the energy, Hedrick says he decided to retire because he may not be able to remember players' names like he once did.
My hero growing up was a fellow named Ted Williams, greatest hitter that ever lived. Ted, when he was 39 at Fenway Park in Boston, my team, came up there, hit a home run his last at bat, walked out of the ballpark and never looked back. That was the mission I wanted to do, and I think we've accomplished that.
Although he's retiring from his announcing career at Baker, he can't give up his love for broadcasting.
I'll do some other things relating to broadcast. I don't think there's any doubt about that. But I haven't quite decided what that's going to be.
He's also a professor at Baker University and will continue teaching.
In class, he's more hands-on. He's not really like so structured when he's in class. He's more personal.
Hedrick and his wife gave their last nod to the crowd when being honored at halftime of the game on Saturday for his 30 years of dedication to Wildcat football.
This is my school. This has always been my school. I love doing KU games. Don't get me wrong, it's great. I love doing the Kansas City Chiefs. But Baker University is my school. And when it's your school and they stand up and appreciate you, there is no finer feeling that you get in life as a broadcaster.
Reporting for the Wildcat Watch, I'm Ashley Pippin.
For this week's Baker Beat, Kelly Peltier asked students their thoughts on all of the recent snowfall.
It's only November and there's already been plenty of snowfall here in the Midwest, which means plenty of layers like what I'm wearing right now. For this week's Baker Beat, I asked students how they're feeling about the snow's early arrival and how they're coping with the cold.
I'm going to just say that it's a wake-up call and that I guess it's really going to prepare us for this winter because I guess with it being so cold right now, it just means that it's only going to get worse.
There's always going to be those years where it's either early or late, and honestly this year I'm taking it as it comes just because, you know, we dress warmer and just get used to it earlier. That way when December and January hits and it gets even colder, then we're ready for it more than ever.
How do you feel walking to class? Is it too cold or you love it?
That one's a bit of a push. I have to really get myself out of bed, but it's so pretty. Like, our campus is really pretty, so I kind of like it.
I don't really like the cold too much, and having to walk to all my classes and some of the pathways being like frozen with ice and everything. Yeah, not a big fan.
It's something I've never seen before. I think it's pretty crazy that it's already snowing this much, and it's kind of making me scared for winter.
I had to mentally prepare myself, like, oh crap, I guess I better buy a heavier coat. And hopefully that next year we actually have a fall and there's actually a transition instead of just summer, winter, like.
Right now I think it's really pretty, and especially this morning it looks awesome. So I'm just going with it. I mean, I'm all dressed up in anything I can to keep warm, so overall it doesn't bother me that much.
Now, I'll admit I'm not the biggest fan of the snow, but it sure makes walking around campus beautiful. Reporting for the Wildcat Watch, I'm Kelly Peltier.
That's it for this episode, and thanks for watching. Until next week, I'm Abby Brockman.
Yeah.